everyone. Happy weekend. Happy Saturday. Yeah, this is sorry, I was trying to plan the stream around a couple things and hectic day, but did want to get one in. I wanted to curious myself to go over a few things as far as DeFi protocols go. So be pretty short, probably 30, 40 minutes or so. But as usual, welcome to the Digging In series. And we're going to dig into DeFi protocols today. We did stablecoins before. We did well, actually, let me look. What were the previous ones? So I'll bring out the playlists. Let's look at deep dives. So if you go to deep dive series, yeah, privacy pools. We got bridges and stablecoins, and now we got DeFi protocols. I think it'll be pretty interesting. There's a few ones I'll touch on that haven't came to PulseChain yet, but are coming, and ones that I haven't heard of at all. And hopefully, we'll be able to. You'll be able to tell me some ones that I don't know of either. So also, no big pep streaming right now. This is literally the only time of the day I can do it, and I've scheduled this for a while, so I needed to go live. But I will catch up with his stream later on. I always like to see his streams as well. Shout out to Big Pep. It's awesome. So let's go over to my new google.com perplexity.ai. If you don't know it, you should. You are missing out if you have never used Perplexity or ChatGPT. But basically, I think of Perplexity as Google, but using GPT. So pretty cool stuff. It gives you interface here. I've got the pro version, $20 a month, better than Netflix, all the famous hits there. But I'm going to ask it this question. I'm just going to ask it, what DeFi protocols exist on Ethereum, Solana, or Tron, but have no PulseChain equivalent product? Make sure to be thorough and exhaust all known DeFi protocols, including Compound, Curve, Convex. I did a little bit of research already to make this even a better question to ask. Synthetix, Lido, Rocket Pool, and similar protocols provide yield, staking, and lending stablecoin and pooling protocols. It's going to ask me a follow-up question. I'm going to skip it and just let it do its thing. If you want an intro to all this AI stuff, go to Google DeFi and click on AI. Learn to earn AI. That'll take you to the AI playlist a week or so ago. It's like almost 2 weeks ago. I started and did a 5-day training on how to do all kinds of amazing stuff with AI and crypto. So check that out. So on Perplexity, we have, let's say, to answer the question regarding DeFi protocols. All right. So at Compound, it's a decentralized lending protocol allowing users to earn interest on deposits and borrow assets. There's no direct Compound equivalent on PulseChain. It's got a reference here, which I'm not sure this is like a Binance research report from 2022. I'm not sure how that concludes there's no equivalent on PulseChain. But we can ask follow-ups and stuff as we need to. So Compound. So I'm going to open up two threads here. Let me just duplicate tab. I'll do new thread. So explain how Compound DeFi protocol works. So again, this is way, way, way better than Google. Answers with references and images too. So Compound DeFi Pro. I know on PulseChain there's a ton of different protocols, and some of them, we have Aave fork, right? We have what is it? We got Balance. I'm talking about the PH products. Balancer fork, Aave fork, and what is GMX fork? Fame. Yeah. So and they all do borrowing and lending and shorting and leveraging, all this stuff too, but in different ways. So I want to dig into that a little bit. So how Compound works, and so operates on the blockchain, enables users to lend and borrow cryptocurrency assets. I wonder if some of these don't have do they all have tokens? It's like one question too. Yeah, so C tokens, when users supply assets to Compound, they receive C tokens in return. That sounds a lot like Aave too, I wonder. And then users can supply their cryptocurrency assets. But some of them, they have tokens. Like, do they have tokens that people can buy and price appreciate and stuff like that? Because I wonder if some protocols don't have that. Like, to use a DEX, you don't need to use their token, right? But they may have a token that does other stuff. So let's see. Do effectively in their products in return, interest on deposit. Okay. I mean, it sounds like obvious. So I'm gonna be like, okay, explain difference between Aave and Compound DeFi. Let's just do that. It knows it's got context for DeFi. So, okay, both do the same thing. They share similarities, fundamental purpose, key differences between two platforms. So Aave supports a wide range of assets, including traditional cryptocurrencies, stablecoins, and fiat cash. Compound supports variety assets, but a different selection compared to Aave. Aave offers flash loans, wide array of assets, while Compound focuses more on limited number of assets, but includes its own governance. Okay, so it has a governance token. Compound. I mean, there's a pretty sure there's a fiat token as well. So interest rates, Aave offers competitive interest rates that are automatically set by the market. Generally higher interest rates for all assets determined by supply and demand. Okay, Compound uses this comp token to incentivize certain behaviors, lending, bar, and die. Governance, Aave for governance allows token holders to propose and vote on change protocol. Comp uses governance similar weight. Okay, so it's just two different protocols, but they work. Yeah, I wonder why people chose to fork. I wonder, for example, PH guys chose to fork Aave instead of Compound if they have so much similarities. Interesting. So Aave P3 portal features a significant step towards cross-chain liquidity. Oh, interesting. That's pretty cool. Cross-chain liquidity allowing users to access assets across different blockchains. Seeing asset markets for better risk management. I mean, they sound pretty similar to me. Like even the comparisons are like, okay. I mean, it seems like the user experience is pretty similar. Interesting. Okay, so now we know more about Compound. Okay, so there's Aave fork. That's fiat on PulseChain. And then I wonder if I can just ask it too. Difference between fiat and Aave, because I know fiat is Aave fork. But I wonder if it actually give me a good answer on this. Yeah, it's interesting because I think they launched fiat on both Ethereum and PulseChain. But with Aave, with I guess at least the latest versions, it can actually operate across blockchain networks. Huh. Yeah, fiat is specifically tailored to PulseChain, and pretty sure they have the Ethereum version. Remember that? I think that first came out a while back, but it's been a while. Okay, cool. So don't have compounds. I don't think we have a compound on fork on PulseChain, but we have an Aave fork, which is very similar. So Curve, decentralized exchange, optimized for stablecoin trades, low slippage. PulseChain does not have a direct Curve equivalent, although efforts to create similar AMM platforms. Again, the reference is kind of junk on that one. It's just some Binance report. I'm assuming it is at least. Okay, so Curve. So, okay, let's do this. Because we have Balancer, which is PHUX. So let's do difference between, let's just say, let's make it short as possible. Compare Curve and Balancer. So both exchange cryptocurrencies through AMMs, share a goal of assets, distinct features, focus on stablecoins and low slippage for the Curve. So maybe it's the algorithm, specialized bonding, Curve algorithm. Yeah, I remember the algorithm was special on that one too. So it made it unique. Yield farming and liquidity pools. Governance and CRV token. I think of Toyota CRV. Balancer, customized liquidity pools, index funds. Yeah, that is pretty cool. You could do like index fund type stuff with Balancer. So asset focus Curve focus on stablecoins and similar process assets, optimized for low slippage. Yeah. Balancer has more flexibility in terms of liquidity and pulse. So PHUX is our go-to for the least amount of stablecoin slippage. So I wonder, let's ask it, pair the two platforms, order execution for stablecoins. See how to chat real quick. What's up? To tote back for the sauce. Good to see you, man. Oi, Red Squirrel. How's it going? Got Anonymous, Stro. What's up? Having a conversation. TextX is here. Hex Edits. What's happening, man? Big Kahuna. Armando. Welcome, Armando. Good to see you. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you. All right. So low slippage, low fees, balancer. Yeah, I wonder. I'm going to say this. Why is balancer good for stable coin order execution? It's just a thick. Is it just the multiple assets having multiple pairs together that can bond it better together? I'm curious. Liquidity pulls up to 8 different assets, customized weightings. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, it can be particularly beneficial for stablecoin pools because users can set pools composition to include multiple stablecoins, potentially reducing slippage, better price. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the big part of it. Balancer introduced composable stable pools, which are designed for assets that are expected to consistently swap near parity, such as stablecoins. Use pools use stable math based on stable swap. Maybe coming to PulseChain as well, popularized by Curve. Maybe coming to PulseX to cover that in the privacy pools. Digging in series, I believe, as well, allowing for large swaps before encountering such impact. Okay, so it's like the stable math and then the multiple. Maybe that's the two. So basically, yeah, that feature, and then pairing up multiple stablecoins. Okay. So it doesn't sound like we have a curve fork, but we have a balancer fork, which is similar. Okay. And we have Convex, enhances curves liquidity provision offering boosted CRV rewards. Yeah, so this is our Convex fork. Interesting. So because 2FUX, it'd be funny if I wonder if Fast had duels in the chat, because this one, Convex, offering boosted CRV rewards, because they're doing, I believe 2FUX is a Convex fork, I believe, but this is for, so does it work with both balancer and Convex? Because yeah, maybe it does. Maybe it does. Interesting. So one second. What's up, MA? See, man. Stuff going on in the world. Doesn't surprise me. Give me just a sec. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So Synthetix allows the creation of synthetic assets to track the value of real world assets. PulseChain doesn't. Yeah, this one I definitely haven't heard of. Let's see, as far as on PulseChain. Let's ask it and see. Okay, consumer product. Context. Yeah, so let's say explain how Synthetix works. Even if I spell it wrong, it figures it out. DeFi protocol built on Ethereum blockchain enables creation of synthetic assets. Track exposure to value of other assets such as fiat currencies, commodities, cryptocurrencies, and equities. Yeah, definitely haven't heard of this on PulseChain yet. So real world, sounds like real world asset stuff. I was a little skeptical of that stuff, how well it's going to work, but definitely doing it now probably has a better chance. We've got a lot more tech and stuff out there now to do it in a trustless way. Like I said, like what they're trying to do here, at least with Synthetix. Must lock Synthetix to mint as collateral to mint synths. Okay. So you trade various real world stuff? You tokenize it and trade it? Sounds like it. Trades are executed against debt pool rather than individual counterparties. Price oracles, staking, you can stake and mint, ultimately receive rewards, come from fees generated, debt pool. Derivative markets. Okay. What's up, Paul? See you, man. Yeah, this is Synthetix. So first you need the tokens. So they're doing like you need token to use platform type tokenomics. Okay. Stake. So you stake the token. You get the tokens, you stake the tokens as collateral to mint synthetic asset, those synths. Okay. And trading them. Once synths are mint, user can trade them on the exchange. Synths can represent various. Okay, that's what I'm missing here. Okay, so how do you connect the two? Earning rewards, collateral, claim rewards, exit system. Okay. How do users get access to the assets? So it even corrects it. How to get users get access to synthetic assets. Like it even knows, it tries to like give context to. Okay, you already told me this. You need to tell me. You fill in the gap here. Okay, all right. Or I just need to read it more properly. Let's see, this ensures value sense remain accurately. Earning rewards to mint synths, and then trading these synths to speculate on and gain exposure. Yeah, so this part. Elaborate on this with example. Okay, trading gold and Bitcoin synths. So let's consider example, a user wants to gain exposure to price movements of gold and Bitcoin without actually purchasing physical gold or Bitcoin. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Get tokens, stake them. Okay, so mint synth, and in this example, user decides to mint. Okay, so you can choose which ones you mint. So you stake at the tokens, you choose which ones to mint. So you mint like this one, SXAU, mints gold, SBTC, tracks price of Bitcoin. Okay. With their wallet, they can trade them on Synthetix exchange, other dexes that support synthetic assets. If the user believes price will increase, they might hold on to that or buy more. Similarly, pricing Bitcoin, increase position. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, definitely haven't seen that on PulseChain yet. I mean, I don't know all the projects going on either, but I haven't yet to come across the Synthetix exchange fork. Pretty interesting. Yeah, it's good to know about how these protocols work and stuff, because when somebody does fork it and put it on PulseChain or otherwise, create something similar, you already have a context of how this stuff works, so you can better reason about it. So let's do Lido. Offers liquid staking solution for Ethereum, allows stakers to earn rewards out locking or maintaining infrastructure. PulseChain is on the staking method, Lido equivalent. Rocket Pool, centralized Ethereum staking platform, allowing users to earn staking rewards with less capital. Yeah, so this is something that Alex from Hedron has talked about forking for PulseChain. Don't have it yet, but it hopefully be coming up this year. Curious the difference between the two. So let's see, compare Lido with Rocket Pool. You guys like learning? I like learning. Well, this is like the research I would be doing to figure this stuff out if I were interested in such projects that were forked on it or were coming out saying they're going to fork it, right? So I would already get a lot of this context. So two prominent Ethereum staking solutions offer the ability to earn rewards through ETH holdings while staking. Both platforms aim to simplify the staking process and make it more accessible to a broader audience. They have two distinct features, operational models, philosophies that cater to different user preferences. Lido, centralized university centralization operates efficient set of validators. Okay, interest level centralization. Model allows for a streamlined user interface. Okay, so they have like permission. Okay, so validator. I mean, that's the same. Okay, so Lido is just doesn't try to be super decentralized because all of them are like running the validators, right? That's how they can stake. Delegated staking, I believe both of these offer. And then Rocket Pool emphasizes decentralized model with over 2,700 permissionless node operators. Okay. Pretty similar as far as like the user experience is like actually what you want to do with your ETH or your PLS if we have a fork here, or any other coin, I guess. It doesn't have to be. I wonder, what was it? That's what wasn't Alex talking about that, where it would be with your PLS, but then the reward token or something around Icosa. I thought they said they were going to use Icosa, or it would somehow factor into that. I can't. Don't quote me on that. It's been a long time since I've talked about it, but I thought it was something to do with Icosa with Rocket Pool. Well, let's ask. Could you fork Rocket Pool for PulseChain and use the ICOSA token on the platform. Let's see, and stake PLS, but also use it. Curious if it just comes up with a comes up with an explanation without having a lot of context already. The emergency of this update, I'm pretty sure that's Sloth's video with Alex. It's clean. Yeah. However, a mention of search results suggests there's ongoing development for the ICOSA, potential use, and it's staking other platforms. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't tell us much. Sometimes it'll be like, oh yeah, I could just, there's this other token it could be used for, but yeah, I'll just kind of end that thread. Okay, so not yet. Another, so I think Project Pi, I think that's new code. I don't think they forked anything. I think that's new code. So we do have at least one community delegated staking deal that is similar to these as far as the effect of what you're actually doing with stuff, but we don't have a direct fork of either one of these yet, but maybe Rocket Pool later this year. Big Kahuna, anyone knows icosahedron is still a thing to wait for? I'm waiting for them myself. I don't know if anyone else, I'm pretty sure other people are, but yeah, I think it'll be called icosahedron. So, I call it Hedron V2, but I think Alex said it'll be called icosahedron because that's the shape. Right? If anyone didn't know, yeah. What is an icosahedron? There you go. A polyhedron with 20 faces. Now you know. TIO. So let's look at Solana. If I probably go Serum. What is Serum? Serum and Radium. So Radium. I've heard of Radium. And build up Solana interacts with Serum order book. Okay. Tell me how Serum and Radium work. RTM 12 max growth. If you have 50K, how would you invest between Hex, PHEX, Pulse, and PulseX? I will not attempt to give any sort of advice there. Appreciate the question. Yeah, I think there's plenty of streams that will probably directly answer that question, but I try to avoid doing so. But I like them all. I'll say that. Yeah, not to give advice or predictions or anything like that, but I certainly hope they all, I'm betting myself, at least personally, that they all do well. So 2 scoops ice cream, 3 scoops ice cream. Some people like ink, leverage play, could be, could be good when things are good times, could be worse when things are bad times, all that stuff too. So that's for the core coins. Pretty, oh, you mentioned Hex on Ethereum. I guess Hex on Ethereum there too. I was like, I saw 4 coins. I automatically assumed those were the 4 PulseChain coins, but yeah, eHex, that one's definitely got some do your research on that and figure out if you're okay with, Richard not supporting it. At least we'll say that. That's what he did with the tweet. But I still think, I've said before, I still think it'll be fine for whales and fine for pulled staking stuff. And I think Ethereum fees will be fixed eventually. So I think they'll both, I just personally think, not giving anyone advice, but I personally think they'll both survive, or obviously PulseChain Hex will, but they'll both come to some ratio, maybe farther or closer over time. But it's definitely, I don't think anytime soon it does make any sense for the ratio to be like settled, because it's been a month since not D-Day. I have a Terminator theme in my head now, and that makes me think of Fast Abdul. Thank you, Fast Abdul, for showing up all those days and giving the Terminator quotes. Anyways, I like all the RH coins, and I like other community coins as well. So talked about them many times. 50K to put in an ecosystem. If these are the lows, boy, may you have the maddest of gains. If you're putting money in the ecosystem before people believe that it's going to do many X's. Certainly hope. I hope Hex and PulseChain make a lot of people rich. I certainly do. Go rich, get rich, go do some good stuff in the world. Hard to do a lot of good stuff when you're broke or poor or just doing okay, or maybe you're just rich, but you're just not rich enough to like really make an impact, that sort of thing. Like, that's the purpose, right? Purpose of wealth is freedom. And when you're very wealthy, maybe you go beyond that and start helping, start scaling yourself, helping other people, and the world, fix the world, right? All that good stuff. All right, so Serum, DEX built on Solana. Time for high-speed transaction list cost. Central order book. Unlike many DEXs use AMM, Serum works with a central order book. What? Is it decentralized? Like, I mean, the context is Solana. I'm trying to give you guys the benefit of the doubt right now, but it uses a central order book on a DEX. Is it even a DEX then? Aggregates buy and sell orders trading into each other directly. Is Serum decentralized? If you have a club, I'm not quite getting this. How are you decentralized? But implement a decentralized manner on Serum. Okay. How decentralized is Serum Club versus Uniswap AMM? So both Serum and Uniswap prioritize decentralization, but they even different mechanisms. Highly decentralized on permissionless control funds. Club also decentralized, but on blockchain or structured trading mechanisms seems slightly less decentralized due to need for liquidity sharing and coordination among ecosystem partners. Okay, so it sounds like you just have market makers in a traditional sense. Sorry, okay. I'm not sure. Interesting though. Yeah, definitely. I think the Uniswap and DEXs that use AMMs are considered more radically decentralized approach. Okay, so just DEXs, just swap is on Tron, automated liquidity provision. Automated liquidity provision. Explain how just swap works. I think this will be the last one. You guys got any questions? Put them in the chat. I'll be wrapping up here in a minute. Just want to cover this one. Hopefully you learned something here. I've learned. I picked up some pretty good context here for how to think about different DeFi protocols that we don't have on PulseChain. Some of them we do, but they're kind of similar and all that stuff. Text protocol. Automated liquidity protocol. Okay. Compare just swap and Uniswap algos, which is more decentralized. So does it use AMM or is it its own ALP? Use AMM model facilitate that order book around liquidity pools. Sounds pretty similar, at least. Okay. I wonder if anything is super interesting there. All right. Not much going on there. All right, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Just sounds like another AMM thing. But yeah, I got to go through a few different ones. I think, yeah, the most interesting, yeah, Compound, Aave, Balancer, Curve type of stuff. Talk about Convex, Synthetix, Lido, Rocket Pool, some staking, different yield stuff, stablecoin stuff, real world assets. It's going to be interesting. If anyone ever brings out the PulseChain, that could be, yeah. That's probably the most of all of these. I'm like, that's actually tracking the price of other cryptos or real world assets. Pretty interesting. Okay. All right. So I got for you today. Hopefully that was a fun deep dive there and just a short one today. So that's all I got. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'll be on tomorrow with Sloth for a V3 liquidity breakdown. That should be pretty interesting. So bring your questions there. We'll go through, that'll be a pretty technical stream, go through a lot of stuff there. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. Scivive and 5555. We are out.